our social has gotten so bad since the past 5 years. And one of these was our grids. One of these were our grids. And the other three were our competitors' grids. And I went to all the people in the business, and I was like, can someone tell me which one of these is Intrepid Travel? And not a single person in our business knew which one it was. And we kind of got to this point of this question. I was like, if our social accounts disappeared tomorrow, would anybody miss them? And the answer was so simply, no. Absolutely not. No one would miss them, because they would just go follow these other 3 accounts, or they go follow anything like that. We were creating nothing unique, nothing of value, and we had to completely kind of switch how we were thinking about then just regurgitating content, destination content, and building something that actually mattered to people. So I'm not saying that people would miss it today, but I certainly hope a lot more would. But this is how we've kind of reimagined and started rethinking what social is. So instead of just posting a generic picture of Machu Picchu and the Taj Mahal, or we actually had this thing where it was called the baby elephant. There was like this really cute baby elephant in Kenya, and anytime our engagement was down, we'd just post the picture of the baby elephant, and everyone would like it. So we got rid of the baby elephant content strategy, and now we have these kind of 5 pillars that we work on. So we have our traveler POV, which is our core. People love stories through people that they can see themselves and imagine and envision. So we send travelers, or we curate travelers, UGC. So the traveler POV. We also leaders and hosts. So our local leaders are like the core of our product. At least 20% of our social storytelling needs to be done through the perspective of leaders and hosts. That's another important pillar. Then we have our product, talk about the trips, a little bit of a hard sell, but actually tell people what we do very, very clearly. Responsible travel education. So we want to educate people on how they can move through the world more ethically, intentionally, responsibly. And then SEO, so as talked about today, we have a whole social SEO strategy and how we optimize all of our tours. We have day tours all over the world that are literally the 5 best beers to get here, the 5 best croissants to get in Paris, all these things. We can literally take a tour itinerary and build it into an SEO content very, very quickly and easily, but those are kind of our 4 content pillars. We have 4 KPIs that we look at. We kind of dabble in the vanity stuff as much as I don't like that, but we have reach, overall reach, we have video views. When we started doing social, we were probably 10% video. Now we're 95% video. We would rarely ever really post anything static unless it's maybe a Facebook blog or something like that. And then we have influencer reach, and we have shares. And shares is something that I kind of obsess over. It's this thing around true engagement. We're really, really looking at the participatory aspect of social. So engagement, yes, but even participation's even more so. And then we have the goals. And I think it's really, really important for anyone who has a social team, managing social and stuff, the goals. We kind of do a lot of real surveys, and I also do kind of fake surveys with the team. But essentially, the fake survey would be like if you were able to just ask every single person that followed us at the end of the year, these 3 questions, what would they say? And we want them to say yes to all of them. So the 3 questions are, did you feel inspired to travel the world in a different way, which would be the Intrepid way, on a group tour with a local leader? Did you feel like you were part of a community? That's a really important one. And then the 3rd one is, did you feel like you learned how to travel the world a little bit more responsibly? So if you answered yes to all 3 of those questions, those 3 goals, then we are adding value. We are creating value for our customer and for our audience. And if we disappeared, people just might miss us.